Aloha.
Hello and welcome. We're back from the ballerlifestyle.com. It's Baller Lifestyle. My name is Brian Beckner. This is episode number 605. That's a terrible freeway in Los Angeles, by the way. If you want to stay off the 605, if possible. 605, especially right there where it tees into the 5. 605 interchange. It's a motherfucker. Episode 605. Thank you very much for joining us. Yeah, I got thrown off my regular spiel, and then I just basically have to start over, because then if I don't say it exactly how I say it every time, I'm fucked for the rest of the day. Thank you for joining us. If you'd like to reach out, we're getting close to the end of the year, so if there's anything you want us to cover for the year in review, please let us know. Mailbag@theballerlifestyle.com is the email address. See how I had to look up? Reasons unknown. Also, you can call us 949-464-TBLS is the phone number. And subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/theballerlifestyle podcast. That is where you get all the bonus content we do every week here. And then also my solo show, Bonus Bri, there's a new episode of it up there now. I am joined now, as always, by Mr. Ed Daly.
Is the 605 something that I would have seen on the show Chips?
I think yes. Well, yes, because they mostly ran on the 105, but I believe the 105 tees into the 605, but it might not have back then.
Because anytime I think Chips, I think of that, like when they were gearing up.
Yeah. Yeah, they ran on the 105, which is the freeway that takes you to LAX. That's like the LAX only freeway.
You'd get the cold open, you'd get that cymbal or the hi-hat, whatever it's called.
Yeah, yes.
And then it would just bleed into
fucking Highway Patrol, dude.
God damn.
And like the Highway Patrol.
And in real life, fuck those guys. But on that show, you love them.
No, the Highway Patrol are class traders. They're revenue agents for the man. Like, that's all they do. They go, let's find a way to... Yeah, they are the man. Exactly. Let's find a way to tax people.
Those are highway.
We're talking about Punch.
Yeah.
I was just thinking the other day about Punch and John, and how John had the like tan, like calfskin gloves, and Punch had the sweet tight leather gloves going. Oh!
Yeah, they were sexy dudes.
Yeah, they were hot. Okay. Yes. Oh,
it was a tough week. There were a lot of like bad, sad stories.
Yeah.
And I hate to be talking about something serious, but
I don't know.
That Bondi Beach shit.
Oh yeah, that's
I just think it's a reminder.
Yeah.
If you think a religion, if you think Jews or a nationality like Mexicans, if you think something is the reason you're a loser, guess what? You're the fucking loser.
It's true.
And if you're dumb enough to think that your religion hates another religion and you need to, you're a moron.
Yes.
And you're a loser. But everyone is a fucking loser if they think anyone is the reason why they're a loser.
Yes, you're exactly right. And look, they try to divide us by these little details about ourselves when we're all the same. It's a war of class, not a war of brown or fucking white or yellow or pink
Jews
or Jews or Gentiles or whatever it is. We're all together in this, and they want us to be divided,
and
so that they can keep all our money.
Always Peter Thiel and
that's right.
Elon Musk.
Yes. Palantir.
But it is never because someone's Jewish or Mexican or Turkish or whatever. It's worry about the rich people, not fucking because somebody's religion bothers you.
Great sentiment by Ed. Way to sum it up. I appreciate that. Okay, Ed, let's talk about. Oh my God, set the timer.
Set the timer because I got an NBA Cup final to watch. Woo!
Yeah. The Knicks.
Jalen Brunson cooking that. Yeah, they're going against Wemby.
Oh, so it's not by the conferences.
They did, but they've worked their way up. The
Oh.
Thunder, who have only lost one game all year, they
Yeah.
lost their second game in the semifinal to Wemby.
Wemby is nasty. The
And
Spurs
I know
are good, dude.
I know by the time you guys hear it, you'll probably be laughing at me, but whatever. The Knicks are good too. They have the same
Knicks are
record as
good.
the Spurs.
Yes,
Same
the
record
Knicks are
as
good
Spurs.
too. I love the Knicks.
Yeah.
Knicks might be my team. I mean, I'm the number one Laker fan in the world. Everybody knows that. Haven't watched a whole game in many years, but love them.
You're a number one fan. Why watch all the games when you're number one fan?
Right. I can name like 3 or 4 players on the Lakers.
Fair,
like that's where I'm at. And I didn't know Luka Doncic was a guard. I thought he was like a power forward.
He's kind of like LeBron as a guard. Like he's just a big dude who can do everything.
Give him the ball. Yeah,
and so
exactly.
Just put the ball in his hands and you're better off for it.
Yes.
Whereas like Jalen Brunson has to be a guard because he's like
little.
6 feet tall.
Now, did you see? Hold on, I got it. I think I might have sent it to you. That but you don't check your DMs. You don't. You're not.
Almost never.
I'm sliding into your DMs, Ed, and you won't respond till like 3 weeks later.
I know. Everybody's like, "Why do you respond to stuff 3 weeks later?" I'm like, "Because I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't looked at DMs in 3 weeks."
Yes. There's that press conference where Jalen Brunson and the other guy on the Knicks.
Josh Hart.
That's
it.
No.
He's got a big head, so he must be smart.
Yes. Yeah. That was so funny.
Yeah. They played in college together, so they just
I think he was kind of saying that Jalen, what's his name? Brunson wasn't dicked up. I think that's kind of what he was. I think that was kind of what he was alluding, that he's a little guy. He kept saying how little he was. And I'm like, is he talking about his penis? That's not very nice. Okay. Hold on. Let's set the timer. One thing at a time, Brian. Okay, here we go. Timer. 30 minutes. We're already way past it. Fucking. And then I get all the rotaries going. Okay, hold on. 30 seconds or minutes. Okay, here we go. And let's talk about some people who died. Just tell us who was dead now. Just tell us who was dead now. It's a sad segment.
Very sad.
Very sad.
And it will not be an update on who's alive. Let's get a tragic update. Cause Ed Daly has been keeping up on who just died. Cause we're about to hear from Ed on which celebrities are dead. So tell me who died.
Ed.
Tell me who died.
Who died this week?
I have to say, in all the years we've been doing this is up there with like the saddest and worst that we've done. I don't know. It's just resonating with me in like a very sad way.
It's because it's so unbelievably tragic.
Yes.
It's just not, you just can't. This is why people make up conspiracies for things, because their brains cannot process that things can be this horrible in the real world. And so you hear about this and it's just not real that something like this could happen.
Yeah. So RIP Rob Reiner, 78, and his wife, and like the stories, this son was troubled, like in rehab 17, 18 times, whatever in his life. I think he's 32.
Yep.
And like the sister or the daughter discovered the bodies and was like, yeah, this is the son. Like, this is, it's all, I get, there's a lot of fucked up investigation. It seems like this is a like open and shut, awful case.
Sure.
And man, and then like the cool thing the last couple days is people pointing out what this fucking dude's career has been. And it's unreal. Yeah. And like, they talk about that 6 film run from Spinal Tap to A Few Good Men and Misery and shit.
Yeah.
But like, obviously he was one of the stars of the most famous sitcoms in the 70s.
Crazy.
Son of one of the legendary comic guys.
Yeah.
But like underrated, he produced like Shawshank and Seinfeld. Like he is
Castle Rock.
Rob Reiner was one of the fucking dudes. Like
He
one
really
of the dudes.
was, and he really like he held it down for his causes. Like he championed like early childhood education and like you know stuff. You know, he was looking out for kids. You know, here in California, he was a good dude and a great artist. I will say, I'm just so glad to not be in his shoes, or well, obviously not, but like
kids.
people that deal with kids that have these mental illnesses and substance abuse. Because the first thing I'm thinking is like, you know, they were at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party, and I'm like, oh, Conan O'Brien's Christmas party is ruined forever. Like, you can't have that Christmas party anymore after what happened at the Christmas party.
I know,
Like,
and this was like a legendary party that everybody had a good time, and always Martin Short would take over, and people had a great time, and like this. The stink on this fucking party now.
Yeah.
And they they were trying to keep their son close, and he was causing problems with Bill Hader's gonna have a tough time shaking this one off because apparently the big incident was he tried to barge in on Bill Hader's conversation. He's like, what?
Yeah.
And then
yes, could have been him. Could have been, you know, like
we're having a private conversation. Then he set off, and then the parents have to embarrassingly leave, and then like it seemed like it happened right after the party because the sister discovered the bodies many hours later on Sunday afternoon. Yeah,
it's like you don't like obviously you don't think your son you're gonna go home and have an argument with your son and he's gonna murder you. Like it's like that's not really on the table. But you know, you just never know. It's just so tragic. It's hard to make sense of it. Very sad. But his output was unbelievable.
A true legend.
Very much so.
R.I.P. People of a certain age will remember this college football star. R.I.P. Steve Tannehill, former South Carolina star quarterback with a glorious mullet, like the biggest mullet ever, early 90s, and he was great.
He was like the original Johnny Manziel. He was Johnny Manziel before there was a Johnny Manziel. Like, he was a gunslinger, and he courted the attention, and all mullet, man. The guy was fucking amazing. I mean, I love Steve Tannehill. Now,
he died.
He's a little young to be dead.
52 in his sleep. I don't know anything else, but they said like no foul play, died in his sleep. Like, who knows? But terrible.
Very sad. Very sad. R.I.P. Steve Tannehill.
R.I.P. Paul Wiggin, college football Hall of Famer and coach at Stanford when they lost on the play to Cal.
The band
91.
is on the field. Yes.
The band is on the field. He had Elway. He was about to take Elway to his first and only bowl.
Yeah.
Never happened. John Elway never made a bowl because the Cal Bears, just beat Stanford in the game. Band came on the field. That
started celebrating.
That poor Tua player got spiked on too. It wasn't just that they scored while the band was. He spiked it into the Tuba player. That guy got fucked up.
It was great. It was so good. One of the all-time. They used to show that clip all the time, and it was fucking fantastic.
When we were in like high school, college, that clip was every week.
It sure was. It was awesome.
R.I.P. Peter Green, Zed from Pulp Fiction.
Damn.
60 years old, apparent suicide. He was also the head bad guy in The Mask with Jim Carrey and Cameron Diaz.
Judgment Night. Look,
he died at 60 this past weekend.
Come on, buddy.
That means when he was dead, he was in his 20s.
Yeah, 28, 29 years old.
What?
I mean, look. If Peter Green was showing up in your movie, like shit was going haywire. Like that's like you didn't want to encounter Peter Green.
He played a good heavy.
Yes, he was heavy as shit, and I think he lived pretty hard. And he was fucking Zed. He's iconic, and the fact that he was in his 20s in that movie is just fucking. I can't get my mind around it. It's unbelievable.
R.I.P. Anthony Geary, Tony Geary, Luke.
Man.
Of Luke and Laura fame, General Hospital, 78 years old. Dude had a perm.
Perm.
He's trying to let the world know, like, buddy. Hey, I grew up a Mormon in Utah. I gotta let the world know somehow without telling the world.
Well, I didn't know. Of course, I knew who Luke. Now, was he Michelle would know. Was he still on? Because they brought him back to General Hospital.
I asked her about this.
Yeah.
I said, when was the last time he was on? Because they would bring characters back, and you'd be like, hey, wait, I recognize her.
People love the old
Jack
characters.
Wagner. Did I see this? She said they killed him off in a way that he would come back like 8 years ago, and then he just never came back.
Oh, so he went missing. Like a lot of times they'll go missing, or they'll get
car
kidnapped.
Went off the cliff, and then they come back as a villain or some shit like that. Whatever it is, or amnesia,
or could show up with a twin brother. You just never know. You just never know on those shows.
They killed him off, but not like a severed head kill him off, like a soap kill him off. But then he just never came back, like 8 years ago. That's what
I was alerted that, and I assume you know this, that I was alerted this week by a dear friend of the show and fan favorite, Katie Shady.
Oh, sure.
That Tony Geary was married to a man for like 30 years. Like he was an out gay man.
That perm was his way of
yes. Letting people know. It was a beautiful perm. I mean, just gorgeous. People will not realize how iconic it was that Luke and Laura got married on fucking General Hospital. It was a fucking national story. It was
an event on a Wednesday afternoon or whatever it was.
The marriage of Luke and Laura was huge. Unbelievable.
R.P. Carl Carlton, the singer of the 70s song Bad Mama Jamma. She's a bad mama jamma. 72 years old.
Oh, that's a great song. Also, Carl Carlton. Get the fuck out of here. You do something better than that?
Isn't that Lenny and Carl? That's Carl's name in The Simpsons. I think that's.
Oh, is it?
I think it's something like that. Lenny Lennerson and Carl Carlton. I thought it was something like that.
Yeah.
Then R.I.P. Mary Magdalene. Not from the Bible, but an Instagram model known for 38J breast implants.
No.
33 years old. She fell from a balcony. Is this a result of too top heavy? Is this those 38Js? It's like, whoa.
You don't want to see the before picture of her because this is trauma, because she was a very cute Australian girl. Just like, I couldn't tell what race she was. But before her death,
which can be a good thing, right?
Yes,
when they're racially ambiguous, they can be kind of attractive.
Right. But she started out as just a regular white chick. By the time she died, her face was all tattooed, like her fucking shit. Her eyes were different colors. She had those huge tits and huge lips. It was
face. What?
Yes, it was very troubling. Is there any way she knew that she was named after that hua that Jesus used to hang out with? There's no way, right?
Yeah, somebody. I was gonna say somebody gave her that moniker. Wow. Yeah. I did not look at pictures until now.
Yeah, it's tough, dude.
With the eyes.
Yes.
What
eyes? She tattooed the eyeballs. The lips are out of control. Like this poor woman.
She's got both a mix of tats and the Mar-a-Lago face with the giant lips and shit.
Yes, it's troubling.
It's a rough look.
Okay, let's talk some sports.
My name is Brian. They call me the other guy. I host a podcast show. I'll give hetero life a try. If you see something on my hand, it makes you think I'm not a man. It's just my cool rings, you see. They're as sparkling as can be. My old joy on DVD.
Ed, what is going on in the world of sports this week?
Last time there was a big breaking news story about this school. Yeah. We got some negative reviews because they get super butthurt when you talk badly about their program. They do. You will not have a follower in me anymore. Listener, okay. This is when the Nomad and David, our dear friend David Bray, got into it previously because Mark the Nomad was defending the honor of his school.
Michigan.
Yeah. So the big story, which everybody
Yeah.
kind of knows, but their football coach, head coach, Sharon Moore, was
Yeah.
fired and then arrested. Like word got out. He was fired for cause, arrested after he
Yeah.
allegedly had an affair with a staff member, his like assistant.
Yeah.
And there were claims that he knocked her up, but I'm not sure that was substantiated. Then
Yeah.
pressured her to have an abortion, but like that's all claims. But at some point, he broke into her place and threatened to kill himself and said, "Blood is on your hands."
Yeah.
And
That's-
he lost his job. And like there's only a few jobs like Michigan football, and so like to throw this all
Yeah.
away over like a chick in her early 20s that works for you is
Yeah.
like you're never getting this job ever again.
Yeah.
Because of Harbaugh hightailing it out of there,
Yeah.
he
Really
had
lucked
one of
into
the
it.
peach of a job,
Yeah.
one of the great jobs in college sports, and he couldn't
Yeah.
not fuck his assistant.
He couldn't. I mean, he was making $6
She's
million
cute.
bucks.
She's
Then-
cute, but like,
Yeah.
buddy,
buddy.
you
like,
could fuck a million chicks,
Yeah.
not her.
just like
I'm not saying he had to stay married or any shit like that. Just not the woman who works for you.
how bad do you need it though? Like you need it so fucking bad that like
And then
You
all
could
that breaking into her house and threatening to kill her. Now you can't get any job.
no,
San Diego State's not gonna be like, oh, we'll take you. No.
never. Like he's got to take the Tom Brenneman route.
Yeah.
He's got to.
He's got to coach youth football in Guam.
Yeah, he's got to go to hope that the Barcelona Knights will let him coach wide receivers. You know, like, buddy, like
But
what were you?
he's
This is
disqualified himself for all the jobs right
this
now.
is a CTE situation, Ed. Right? Like the
Maybe.
just the lack of self control. It's got to be because like everybody wants to fuck, but like we resist the urge
Of course.
to fuck the
The
young
assistant-
girl in our
The
office. You know?
assistant, you can't do the assistant
The
when you got,
assistant.
especially when you got that good of a job.
Yes.
If
Un-
you're
unbelievable.
working at Shoney's Pizza and you fuck the assistant, fine. Like
Who cares?
whatever.
Yeah. Right.
You're the Michigan football coach.
Unbelievable.
Just fuck any one of the million booster women who want to fuck you.
Yeah.
just
no
not the
shortage.
assistant there.
You think Lane Kiffin's not fucking? He's
Of
fucking
course.
everybody.
Yeah,
You know? Like of course. And also, don't be married. That's the other
Right.
thing. If you need to fuck that bad, just don't
That's
be
fine.
married.
Just be done with the marriage.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, what else, Ed?
Well, the good thing is,
Tell me.
for anyone who's nostalgic for the Sharon Moore era, Michigan Eatery still has sandwiches
Ooh.
named after Sharon Moore and his mistress, Stafford Paige Shriver.
Oh, I
Shiver.
like that. Yeah, I like that. What's on
So
this
you
thing?
know
Let's
they're
check it
like,
out.
hey, can we give you a sandwich? And it's like, so
Yeah.
only if you get my number one assistant because she's so good at assisting me.
Yes, yeah, you got to give her a sandwich as well. A Michigan eatery, the Brown Jug, has menu items named after his disgraced ex-Michigan football coach Sharon Moore and his paramour.
Oh,
That's
no.
a great word. As much as I hate the word eatery, I love the word paramour.
Paramour's
Yeah.
a great word, but
Yeah.
eatery sucks.
Yeah, the downtown Ann Arbor staple, blah blah blah. Sharon Moore's sampler basket.
So I haven't had it in years,
Tell me,
but I like it. If this is an appetizer sampler, I like a good
Oh,
appetizer
come
sampler.
on, Ed. Like,
Those are some-
okay.
I'll take some
Oh, let me
potato
tell you-
skins,
Yeah.
mott sticks.
So, I was just talking to somebody about this not that long ago. Where have all the potato skins gone? You
I
never
haven't
see
seen
them
one
anymore.
in years. Haven't seen one in years.
Two things that used to be staples of the bar menu: potato skins, also fried zucchini. Never see those anymore.
There's
this-
one restaurant I still see it, but you don't see it
no.
regularly. Yeah,
You
I
don't.
agree.
This one is jalapeno poppers, chicken tenders, onion rings, and cheese sticks. Mozzarella
all.
sticks.
Like 'em
yeah,
all.
yeah, fuck it. Yeah, get one. What's right after it? Ron Bellamy's famous chicken wings. So we get the wings and we get the sampler basket and a couple pitchers of beer and we
I'm
get
on
it going
board
over
with
here.
that.
Yeah.
Paige Shiver, I'm not so on board with hers.
Cutting a cauliflower pizza.
The gluten-free cauliflower
Yeah,
12-inch
no
pizza.
thanks.
Like, if I'm going to the brown jug, I'm not looking to like
No.
have cauliflower.
Look,
pizza.
we're gonna have a
I
stomachache.
don't dislike cauliflower, but
Sure.
But
Yeah.
what are we doing?
No, I got to agree with you 100%. Yeah. This is a nice legacy that they leave. Happy for them at the brown jug. Yeah.
OnlyFans model says Sharon Moore DM'd her after his release from jail.
I'm telling you, that's
So
CTE,
horny.
Ed.
He's so horny.
He can't, no filter. He's just got to do what he's got to do. Like, it's like, he can't, like, he's fucking knows he's losing his job. He makes $6 million a year, Ed. He should be fucking calling every booster he knows and being like, hey, I need you to fucking go to bat for me. I got this quarterback coming in that only wants to play for me. You know, I'm good for like whatever. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll throw myself on the mercy of the court. What's he doing? He's DMing OnlyFans models.
And the OnlyFans model, what is she going to do? But take screenshots and immediately post it. So like, oh, come on, buddy. You're not in 6th grade. No, you got to have better judgment.
You would think like he was arrested. He's holding knives to people's throats, his own throat. Like this, like, buddy, get it together. Now let's see what she's. Oh yeah. Oh, she's like a Michigan OnlyFans model, which is great. Local. Perfect.
Right. But she cares about the brand more than Sharon Moore.
That's right. She's loyal.
Former Chargers cornerback Quentin Jammer admitted to being shit-faced during 8 games one season. And I immediately saw, like, on Instagram, people like, was it this play? And you just see, like,
getting burned. Yeah.
Just getting twisted around. And you're like, oh, if you're shit-faced, like, that makes sense. But
yeah,
that's crazy to be at that, because he was a good player.
He was a good player.
To be at that high a level and still, if like an average player plays shitface for 1 game, they're like, this guy can't be on our team. This guy got away with it for half a season.
It's crazy. It's actually crazy. And look, how could you play with all that booze sloshing around in your stomach? And you know, like, look, if it's like golf or bowling or pool.
Yeah, that lends itself to that.
Right. You get like 3rd beer, you're like, I'm fucking pretty good at this game all of a sudden.
I've taken the edge off.
Yeah, football where you're trying to Daryl Boston.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
Come
you're
on.
fucked. No. Need your wits about you. Yes.
Our dear leader, Donald Trump, had the worst coin toss in human history before the Army-Navy game. Looked like he was setting a dove free. He just... and the question is, has he ever flipped a coin before?
No.
Never.
He never has.
Just when you think
it's
people are like
with your thumb.
or he's never... There are people out there that have never done normal things. He's one of them.
Flipping a coin. It didn't even flip. It didn't even turn, Ed. That was an illegal flip.
He was setting a dove free.
Yes. Yeah. Look, if we were flipping a coin, because look, back in elementary school, we were flipping coins all the time.
There were a lot of differences being settled based on a coin. Everyone knew how to
absolutely.
Flip a coin.
And you catch the coin and turn it over on your hand.
And then,
now we don't do. Yeah, you hold it. You go, okay, ready, tails over, boom, and you show it.
But the NFL, I know they let it fall to the ground because they don't want anyone, being accused of shit.
Right.
But it flips a lot before it hits the ground and rattles around.
Yes, not his. It might have done one. It looked like a knuckleball, Ed. He flipped a knuckleball. It went straight up and then kind of did a soft rotation and then came down. I mean, so big. And look, I get that the guy shits his pants most days, and he's got a piss bag, and he can barely walk, and he's got dementia, and he's sundowning, whatever. Like, not really my fucking problem. I need somebody that knows how to flip a fucking coin. And if you don't know how, opt out of it.
Right.
I say, I can't flip the coin today. I got too much presidenting to do.
I've too much.
You're used
too much
to telling
bruises
lies
on my hands.
Yes.
I can't flip a coin.
From shaking hands. I shake hands too much. I got these bruises.
Or, like in the case of W, when he was kind of nervous about the post 9/11 World Series, he went and practiced down in the cages. He's like, I'm gonna throw a real fucking strike, and he did. He threw a great one.
Used to own a baseball team,
but he practiced it. Trump was like, "Oh, you want to do a coin toss? Fine." And then he shows up and he's like,
"Doesn't know how to do
it. I don't know what coin toss is."
Yeah, I
It's the worst thing you've ever seen.
It was like the 50 Cent. Look, 50 Cent, by the way, the Diddy doc, Ed. I mean, this is.
I'm hearing a lot. I feel like I've heard so much about Diddy. Is it worth watching?
Well, I'm only through episode 1, and it's great because it started. It's all Diddy footage, right? It's like Diddy in the hotel room talking to his lawyer, and you're like, whoa. Did 50 Cent have a hidden camera? And I read about this. It turns out that Diddy was making his own documentary.
Oh, he was proud of who he was.
Yes, but he didn't pay any of the crew. So 50 Cent's like, I'll buy that footage. And look, 50 Cent hates Diddy's guts.
He's a troll.
He's a troll, and it's fucking amazing because Diddy's the hugest piece of shit. But it does make me... You know how it was always annoying that like Diddy he's like in the background of every Biggie song and he's like, yes, us, here we are. And it's like, it's kind of annoying, but you kind of tune it out. Now a Biggie song came out on my car the other day and I'm like, I cannot listen to this music anymore because all I hear is Diddy in the background doing his stupid shit. Yeah, it's well worth watching. You should watch it.
All right, I'll check it out. It's Netflix?
Netflix, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk some. Let's do some voicemails.
He's so easy to hate. Your time he likes to waste. His calls are far from great. His calls are far from great. He's such a stupid fuck. He seems down on his luck. His voicemails really suck. His voicemails really suck. No one's enjoying him. He's so annoying. Plus so fucking boring and worthless. But he's got nothing else to do. And he's even worse than ish. His thoughts are useless shit. He's fat and got big tits.
Speaking of worse than ish, here's Super Lee.
Hey guys, Super Lee. Just calling to say I really appreciate all the education you gave us in that most recent episode about porn stars, Rhett, I think his name Messerly or something.
Oh, Messerly.
And also the wrestling talk. With,
You made a Messerly.
Big Boss.
I gotta remember to
I learned so much about you guys. I really appreciate being able to go to you guys.
Dinner reservation under the name
that
Rhett
wrestling
Messerly.
knowledge.
That's my new one. Chuck McGrindle. Rhett Messerly.
Naive on those fields,
what's my Carlos Von Carlos?
Also,
of course,
Ed,
the classic Carlos Von Carlos. Horse Dog McGillicuddy.
Monster.
Randy Frenchman, the Randy
The
Frenchman.
guy who
Is that it? Do I have any more?
prepares food
Can't
in a
think
locker room.
That's all of them.
The gym
But
locker
Rhett
room.
Messerly's going to be my
Or
new
the
one.
guy
That's my new
who
one. Rhett
videotapes
Messerly.
other people in the gym locker room and
Okay.
then posts the video on social media. I know both are real evil and should be, castrated and sent
Food in
off
the locker room.
Oh,
to jail.
Oh.
But who do you think's the
Ed, I don't know what he's talking about, but
He's saying who's worse, someone who films in the locker room or prepares food in the locker room?
Yeah.
To me, food is the worst because
course.
you're kind of gross, like you're feeling sick about it.
well, what he's talking about, and he's like doing it. He's trying to do a Jay Stu where he's like comes at it from a different angle, but he just doesn't have the charm of Jason Stewart.
Wow. Taking some hits.
What he's talking about is I was at the gym the other day, Ed, and I finished my workout. I like to go in and wash my hands when I'm done.
Okay.
I go in and wash my hands, give my face a little scrub, turn around to leave, and I hear this noise. And I look over my shoulder, and I told you about the time the guy was there with the pie cutter. And
Yeah,
he was, but it looked like, I think it was mayonnaise. Ed. He was putting mayonnaise on bread with a pie cutter like on the counter area, like where I just washed my face.
You should run when you see that because he's probably going to stab someone with the
Yes,
pie cutter.
and look, I feel like, there's a lot of unhoused people that use the gym,
Sure.
but
Like,
also
they're like
look,
the libraries, the
Yes.
cleaner libraries.
yes, part of the reason that they're unhoused is that they can't really function normally. This fucking guy, Ed, had a fucking full blender set up on the counter, and I'm like,
He's making smoothies?
yes. And I turn around and I'm like, holy shit. So I held the phone up to my face and I caught him like out of the back. It's on my, well, it's probably disappeared by now, but I was widely celebrated for it. Yeah.
If it's not permanent, I don't want to know about it.
Yeah. Oh, really? That's the reason?
That's
because it goes away.
Because if it's disposable, then it's not worth me. If something lasts, that's why I check my DMs like 3 weeks later.
Yes.
Because hey,
all the videos are gone.
Yeah. But then I know this is what lasted. This is what I need to know.
Then you don't have to watch the thing. Okay. Quick email. Dear Quitters. Well, it's almost Christmas.
Oh, wait. One fake name that I use.
Oh, tell me.
Cliff Yeager. That was the fireman that saved Donna Martin from the LA fires.
Yeah.
I just find it fun to call myself Cliff Yeager.
It's great.
It's great.
I love it. And it's a manly name. It's a firefighter's name. So they'll go, what company are you with? Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one. Dear Quitters, well, it's almost Christmas, and I'm really glad the Dodgers hype train is slowing down. Well, Ed's not. Congrats to them, but I'm super tired of people showing me their championship shirts. Oh, Jay Stu's got these. Every single, you know what I was thinking about Jay Stu? And you were privy to this. All he does is bitch that the Dodgers are doing it wrong and they have the wrong lineup.
And he's waving the flag more than anyone when they win.
Yeah, bad approach, and they don't play the right way. And when he was coaching Little League, he knew how to do it better, and like all these things. And then the Dodgers, in spite of all his fucking counsel, win the World Series back to back. And then he's like so happy about it. I'm like, all you did was bitch the whole season that they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, he seemed miserable. And we'd be on this group text, and I never saw him happy about anything except the time he talked about how he cried that they won the extra inning game. That's it.
Crazy.
That's it.
It's crazy. I'm a fan, but not a super fan, which is the worst kind of fan. Well, I got to agree with you there. The most recent World Series cash grab memorabilia seems to be terrible artwork to commemorate the championship. Oh my God. I'll finish the email. Also, the iOS 26 update. Now, to turn off an alarm, you got to do this.
I hate it. There's so many things that I hate about
this new update. You got to slide it.
Yeah, because in the morning I like tapping something, and when I set my alarm, and then I'm like trying to slide. It's
not ready for that.
I'm not okay with it.
And the art. Oh wait, it usually looks like something ChatGPT could have made in less than a second. And the artists who pump this crap out usually give one to the players for free to get their name out there, and the players have to act like they're into it, or like they even have someone in their nice home. Somewhere in their nice home to hang this eyesore. I saw a video of Travis Rogers live on the air with the artist giving a painting to Miguel Rojas commemorating his big home run. Probably because he knows Rojas would never part with his own money for a black and white painting of that moment. The painting was horrible. Freddie Freeman looked like Guile from Street Fighter. And Rojas had to pretend he was emotional when he got it. The whole thing was corny as fuck. Here it is for the time. Parada.
And Freddie Freeman does look like demonic in this picture.
It really sucks. Look at Kike. Like Kike looks like he's like a Last of Us or like in a zombie type thing.
It's the most carefully used accent in sports.
Yeah. Well, he's Puerto Rican when he needs to be.
Yeah, he certainly needs to be in this scenario. That name is problematic.
It is
because every time I see it in print, I'm like, "What?"
I know. He's been around long. He's been
around
long
forever.
enough.
Every time I see it, I'm like,
I think he's sort of taken it back. Like it's like now it doesn't mean the thing that
Dodgers fans hear it 162 times, so they feel he's taking it back.
Yeah.
Me, I watch a fair amount of sports. Every time I'm seeing, I'm like,
whoa,
that's an aggressive name.
Okay, thank you for that, Parada. Okay, we're signing off. Patreon listeners, please hang on. There's more to come. The rest of you, we will see you next week.
Goodbye.
Well, it's time for Not Sports, segment, we call it Lifestyle Podcast. Not sports, I'm talking about the segment now. Not sports, segment.
Ed, what is happening in the world of things that are not in fact sports?
Bonnie Blue was slapped with a
She needed the money. Oh! Yeah.
Agreed. Bonnie Blue was slapped with a $13 fine and banned from Indonesia for, I think, at least 10 years over a bang bus stunt in Bali. Brian,
What's going on?
what are we doing?
She's gonna go. She's the one that had 1,000 banged 1,000
And we
dudes
talked
in a
about
year or
the
something.
poor guy in like a day.
In a day, yeah.
And then we talked about the poor guy with the mop that had to clean up after that.
The cum mopper. It's enough. It's enough, sweetheart. Like,
We get it. You had a rough childhood.
Yeah, but
she's rich now. She's
rich. You're rich as like.
You don't need to be in a tuk-tuk banging dudes.
She was making like $2 million a month, Ed. Like do that for a few months and you're good.
That the famous Mia Khalifa.
Yeah.
She was super popular and she did it for like a couple months. Nobody sees her anymore.
Yeah. Now she hold on, people are texting me. Now isn't she dating Juan Soto, Mia Khalifa?
That might be.
Yeah.
Sure.
Look, she's she made a name for herself. Doing a few skin flicks. That's the move. You do a few skin flicks.
You get
and you
out.
move on. You get the fuck out.
But the thing is,
tell me,
Bonnie Blue, when she's doing
1,000
dudes in a day, she's not just making money. Because I think she's certainly attractive, but she's
really
crazy.
She looks like
I think she's she's a British 10.
Yeah, I think she's Aussie. Yeah.
Oh, but I thought she's operating out of London. But anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe she is. Yeah.
But come on. She has severe mental problems.
Oh, she's British. You're right.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't be doing 1,000 guys in a row and think like everything's okay.
Yeah.
It's one thing to just celebrate your body and not getting too hung up on sex. It's another thing to say, I want 1,000 dudes to enter me today.
No. And I'm just looking at the story here, this is her getting out of jail or whatever. She arrives at Denpasar court for her trial. Just the look on her face, this is a crazy person. This is an unwell human being.
She's smiling like everything's fine.
Stare.
Yeah. She's crazy.
She's crazy. She's unwell. And look, the people are, because she makes people money, they're enabling her. This continues. She's fucking guys, and
I'm sure there's an element of that in the Diddy documentary. Yeah, when somebody's making you money, they get away with a lot of shit.
They sure do. They sure fucking do. It's Diddy.
But also Indonesia. If someone did something bad enough to kick out of their country for a decade, $13
doesn't seem like enough. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah.
Aim higher. You can do better.
Doesn't seem like enough.
You don't need to find someone $13.
13. Yeah.
So I was at a bar and People's Court was on one of those channels that used to have sports, and then it switches programming, and this was a few days ago.
Oh yeah.
You know how it just ran
the
game ends and then they just put on some bullshit, whether it's Law and Order or whatever.
Yeah.
People's Court, and I looked up and they awarded somebody I think $18. And I was like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Why are you even suing? Took the day off work.
And somebody at Jackson and be done with it.
Is it still Marilyn Milian, the saucy Cuban? Is she doing the People's Court?
I think so, but I didn't know who she was. I was like, this is and they put the portrait of Wapner in the background.
Yeah, legend.
But
Wapner, he was the original asshole. What about Doug Llewellyn? Doug Llewellyn's still around?
I think they have a portrait of him, but they had
Rusty, Rusty the bailiff.
Yeah, but doing the Llewellyn job.
Is Harvey
TMZ dude?
Yeah, Harvey. What's his name? Levin. I think he owns the People's Court. He's a big mogul.
All right.
So,
I was
he's like
what is going
Seacrest.
on?
He's got to put himself out there. He's got to put himself in everything.
Yeah.
Like calm the fuck down, Harvey Levin.
Terrible. But like, why settle for $13? Come on, Molly.
Finer, kick her out of the country. Look, she's not going to be alive much longer. Let's be honest. Like this.
Yeah.
You don't good for
you don't
Blue.
do bang bus in Indonesia.
Yeah, the sex.
With a
And she's called
plan.
a sexfluencer.
Mm.
Oh, she's not allowed in Australia. She had her Australian visa canceled in 2024. So that's a problem. She's running out of places to fuck, Ed, because she went. She's British. She went to England and she fucked 1,057 guys.
She's gonna be on the Nepalese bang bus soon.
Yes, she's gonna be fucking everybody at the top of Everest. They're gonna have to Sherpa. My pen.
Sherpas are gonna be running a train on her as she ascends. Kate Winslet. She revealed while she was on SNL, Eminem in 2004, Eminem asked a favor of her. He asked her to shave his ass backstage, and she did not. So, do you think this is an element of like him just being trash, or do you think he was just trying to be funny? Because like Kate Winslet is like seemingly a classy lady and like wonderful actress who
great set.
Early part of her career was never afraid to get them out.
No, she would get them out. They're beautiful. She still looks great.
She looks great, but I remember
yeah.
seeing an interview. She's like, "Yeah, I've closed the chapter of getting them out,"
Which too bad.
I respect it. I'm sure they still look great, but she had a run.
What's
the Reader? There were all kinds of movies. She was just getting them out. Little Children.
What's the one Little Children with
Jackie O'Haley as the pedo at the community pool.
Cool. And who was the guy?
She was banging Patrick. He's a good looking dude. Patrick
he sings the anthem at Yankee Stadium. Patrick. He does. Yeah, Patrick.
Very handsome. He's in like those. I've not watched any of them, but I see the trailers. The Conjuring. He's like the guy.
Yes. I used to know somebody that worked on one of those movies, and he told me, Patrick. He told me his salary for doing one scene, because they have to arc those movies together. So they need that couple to be in one scene of every movie, so it can be like in the same world.
The chick is the chick from Departed.
Yes, Vera Farmiga.
Yeah.
Yes, Patrick.
I want to say Warburton, but that's Putty from Seinfeld. It's not him.
Yeah, yeah. He is a handsome guy.
I'm gonna cheat. I'm looking it up, but he's a gorgeous
individual. So little Children, that was a great movie, and it was like one of the all-time dreams, because he's a stay-at-home dad and she's a stay-at-home mom, and then when their kids take a nap, they just fuck each other.
Yeah. Like really going at it.
It's like, hey, the kids are going down at 1:30, and he's like, I'll be there at 1:32, and let's just fuck each other. And it's like every day they're just fucking each other, and I'm like, well,
Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson.
Oh, and he was cheating on Jennifer Connelly too.
Yes,
this dude was living the life.
Yes, it's a good movie. And then at the end, it's a little unbelievable, because he tries to ollie and rail slide this handrail on a skateboard, like that's even possible, and he injures himself.
Also, when you get excited by the sex scenes, then they flash to Jackie O'Haley lusting over kids at the community pool. It's a little dark.
Yeah, Jackie Earl Haley's a lot to look at. He was so handsome when he was Kelly Leak.
But Kelly Leak, he had that dangerous vibe to him. He was kind of
the motorcycle
charming, and then
just
he looks like he's lived a life.
Yeah,
he's hit some gravel driveways over the years.
Jackie Earl, that's for sure. Yeah,
took a couple naps on the driveway. Andy Dick. He was photographed on the street after an overdose.
Yeah.
And then he apparently he cheated a fentanyl death by smoking crack. So he's like Mr. Burns. Mr. Burns, that episode where he had too many diseases and they were fighting each other and keeping them alive.
Yes.
And as
Yes,
you pointed out when we discussed over the weekend about Andy Dick, you said like there were a lot of signs here. He left the house.
Oh, yeah, he had pajama pants on.
Pajama pants and Crocs.
Crocs, yeah, not good. Things are not going well for you if you're on the street in that
Before
outfit.
the overdose, the cry for help was already loud and clear. Everybody knew he was asking for help.
Yeah, it sucks. Look, this Andy Dick has a lot of trauma, but I did see like a lot of comments where people are like, hey, yeah, this is sad and everything, but I worked on a thing with him and he fucking grabbed my dick 27 times. Yeah. He's apparently, a groper.
Yeah, apparently he's not fun to be around.
No, he's a total groper. He's got problems, you know. He's in rehab now. So, I mean, he's 60 years old. At some point, you get tired.
Was a long time ago.
Yes,
like,
yeah, exactly.
You know, like Phil Hartman was taken away from us because you know he still would be doing good content. Yes. Andy Dick hasn't done good content since news radio.
In the Army now, like he was like he had to.
That probably was during. That was probably during.
Yeah, I know. It's been a while. Like, he was funny.
It's been at least 30 years where he's. Yeah. It's over for him.
Yeah. R.I.P.
All right.
His career. Yeah.
And then, sorry to end it on this awful note, but Jelly Roll says sex. Sex before losing 200 pounds was horrible, and he put that in my mind. I made sure I put it in your mind, and now we're making it be in all of our Patreon subscribers.
Look,
the thought of fat Jelly Roll having sex is the worst thing. I
got to pick up the rolls. I can't imagine. You're gonna have to be really dicked up because he's
that fat. Like
get fatter on the dick.
Of course, he's got to be on the bottom. But beyond that, how could you even locate what's going on there?
It's oral only. Like he's just got to get blown, right? There's no way he could penetrate a woman.
The smells down there.
Yeah. He'd have to be wiped. Now, I'm not convinced, Ed,
that he's a real person.
He's a real person. This is an AI thing, right?
Yeah, because he was just kind of foisted upon us a couple of years ago.
He just showed up. And then everyone's like, "Oh, Jelly Roll," and I'm like, "Who the fuck?" And then I guess he kind of like croons or raps, sort of like in
a combo thing.
Yeah, in a quasi country way. I've never heard a Jelly Roll song. I've never met. He's like Avatar. Right. Avatar, highest grossing movie that's ever been.
There's another one coming out.
There's another one.
During football, there's ads for it. I'm like, what? Who's asking for more Avatar?
Avatar 3 is Avatar 2 is the highest grossing film of all time. You don't know a single person that saw it. No. You don't know anybody.
I unfortunately I saw the first one because a friend recommended it, and I have brought it up to him once a week since then for like a decade. Like, remember the time you told me to see Avatar where the guy fucks his horse? It's terrible.
He fucks his horse?
Something. Well, it's not really a horse. It's like a horse-like character in their like underworld.
See, it's like Ed. It's like the Polar Express. People are like, it's Tom Hanks, but it looks like a cartoon, but he acts it. And I'm like, well, why didn't they just make a cartoon and then he could just say the words?
He could just do the voice. Let him be Woody.
Yeah, exactly. Just like in that. Like that's also Tom Hanks.
And they're like, no,
they do motion. They put the green suit on. They do motion capture, and I'm like, why? It looks weird.
John Rickles play Mr. Potato Head. Like, we don't need motion capture.
Yeah, when we don't need an Avatar, and so Avatar's not real, and neither is Jelly Roll because I never heard a song.
He's motion capture.
Yes, he's just he's a AI creation. But then
the 200+ pound sex with the motion capture sex, that must be terrible.
It's got to be. But then I see Jelly Rolls sold out 2 nights at Staples Center, and I'm like,
this is all fiction.
How is this possible? There's nobody buying a ticket to see Jelly Roll. There's no way. It's impossible.
No, nobody cares.
Okay, where's the song? It's over here somewhere. Here we go. How about that? For Ed Daly. My name is Brian Beckner. Spoiler alert, we already recorded next week's show. This is it for the year for Ed Daly. Yes. We will
in January.
Well, I'll see you next week, but we'll also see you next year. For Ed Daly, my name is Brian Beckner. This has been episode number 605 of the Ball Lifestyle Podcast. See you next week.
Goodbye.
yes, the Lifestyles Baller podcast.